What's up, guys? Back with another video, dropping some more knowledge here. Today, we are going to be working on the handstand. Now, the handstand is a super important skill to develop no matter what you're doing here. The handstand is going to help your balance. It's going to develop equilibrium strength. It's going to help you become comfortable being upside down. So if you're into doing like different tricks, different flips, it's going to really enhance those different skills. And if you can balance well on your hands, you can balance even better on your feet. So no matter what you're doing, a handstand is an important skill to develop for any athlete. So let's get into the video today. All right, so before I share with you guys all my sacred knowledge, I'm not claiming to have all the details. I'm not claiming to have a perfect handstand, but this is just what has helped my handstand along my journey. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm a martial arts instructor. I'm a martial arts athlete. I teach at a program called XMA, and we incorporate a lot of different acrobatic skills within that class. So I have a lot of knowledge to share with you guys, and hopefully if you can just take one detail away, it's going to help make your handstand even better. Hopefully you can absorb all this stuff I'm trying to share with you guys and really apply it all and really see your handstand excel and take it to the next level here. All right, so let's get into all the cool skills and tricks and tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. All right, so round one of our progression is developing the strength in your shoulders, your arms, your core, your hips, even your legs. It's going to take your whole body to hold yourself inverted upside down in a handstand for an extended period of time. So the first thing we're going to go over is just some drills that you can use to help enhance your shoulder strength, your arm strength, even your forearm and wrist strength and finger strength here. So the first one is just going to be like a modified push-up position. So all you're going to do is you're going to do it down. We call it like our pipe position. So you're going to have your hands on the mat. Try to have wide fingers when you're doing this, just to kind of develop those skills and build that muscle memory. So wide fingers on the mat. Okay, I'm going to go to my pipe position here. Now as I do it, I'm going to push up tall so you can't see my ears, and I'm going to block my shoulders. So I'm going to go all the way up here so my hips are high. Now from this position here, you can bring your feet a little bit further apart. You're going to go down, drop your head, come back up. Down, drop your head, come back up. Okay, and the key factor is that every time you're doing it, you're pushing and blocking through your shoulders. This is really important for a handstand. And when you're even just doing these skills and these different drills, it's important that you practice proper technique. So when you do kick up in your handstand, you've already developed that muscle memory. So what I'm saying here is when you're in that position, you want to be really blocking your shoulders out. If you can see my shoulders here, I'm pushing through my shoulders and I'm covering my ears. So it's super important to work that. So do sets of this like 10, 20 times depending on what level of strength you're at. The more you do, obviously, the stronger you're going to get and the faster you're going to be able to get your handstand. Next level to this is going to be a little modified version of it. It's going to work a little more balanced when you're doing it. So you're going to go to the same position here. But now we're going to extend one leg up, straight. Then from here, you're going to go down, touch your head, come back up. Come back up. Okay, and then obviously you want to work both legs, so you don't want to just focus on one side. You want to do equal on both sides here. So one leg up, maybe sets of 10, other leg up, sets of 10 here, and that is going to be a good starting point to develop those shoulders and arm muscles here to hold yourself upside down in your handstand. Next thing you want to start working on is going to be the shape of your body when you're in a handstand here. Okay, so this is a shape that I discovered from a gymnastics coach actually. So they have two different shapes in gymnastics, or two main ones. There's obviously many more, but they have their what they call their hollow body and their arch. So when you go in your handstand, you want to do what we call a hollow body. So what's going to happen is you're going to bring your arms up, block your shoulders just like you did. You're going to bring your chest. You're going to think about hollowing your body out, bring your chest to your spine. As you do that, you're blocking your shoulders and everything is straight and strong. So this is going to be our hollow body position. A good way I like to work it to develop our core muscles and just to make sure that you're in the correct position is on the ground. You don't have to worry about balance, and it's all about just developing those muscles here and focusing on the position. So if I show you guys that position, you're going to be on your back, legs are going to be straight, toes are pointed, arms are up, blocking through those shoulders. And that's going to be your hollow body position. Practice that, get that down, because that's going to help you for this next step. All right, so now we're getting into the meat of the handstand. So now we're going to get into the entrance of the start or the beginning of our handstand here. So the first thing is called a lever or a lever. Lever, whatever you want to call it, tomato, tomato. But from here, what's going to happen is you're going to put your dominant leg forward. If you don't know what your dominant leg is, I recommend practicing this lever on both sides, feeling which one feels more comfortable for you, and that's usually going to probably be your dominant side where you're going to start your handstand. Okay, so the lever position, we're going to cover almost that same thing that we did with our hollow body, but now we're going to be on our feet balancing on one leg. So hands are going to be up if I face toward you guys. My fingers are wide, blocking through my ears. front knee is going to be a little bit bent. It's going to be where your power drives from. You want that spring coiled up, ready to explode, and when you actually kick up into your handstand here. So fingers are wide. As your head goes down and your arms go down, your back leg is going to come up straight, very similar like a teeter-totter. So head goes down, arms go down, back leg comes up straight, pointing my toes, and I want to be straight and strong, covering my ears. I want to try to flex my whole body and try to make it perfectly level from my toes all the way to my fingertips. And this is called your lever position. You're just going to see how long you can hold that for. Start with a couple seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but like I said earlier, make sure your technique is there. What I see happen a lot is people hit this position and they look like a dead tree, right? Remember, biceps covering your ears, fingers wide, pushing through your shoulders, back leg straight, whole body flexed. And that is your lever starting position. All right, now we're getting ready to go upside down. Before you guys start just practicing this, it's important you practice safety and training with any type of these skills because they can be dangerous if done improperly. So it's very important you do it under the supervision, if you're younger, of maybe a parent or guardian, and do it in a safe place, right? Out on the concrete, when you're first learning, probably not the safest place to practice this, right? Even the grass is a little bit safer, but still not the safest. Usually soft mats, maybe if you have a gymnastics gym, maybe start there when you're first learning just to get comfortable and confident with the skill. Once you get it down, you can bust a handstand anywhere. Like I can do it concrete, no problem, just because I've had this skill developed for such a long, extended period of time. But always try safety and training. Always make sure you have supervision. You're doing it in a safe place, like a matted area. Maybe even if you're just working on this at home, maybe put a mattress down, some pillows down. Do whatever you can to be safe. I can't stress that enough. I don't want anyone breaking their neck or hurting themselves when they're practicing these techniques. So the next thing we're going to go cover is our scissor up position. Okay, so now we're going to start going invert a little bit. So we're always going to start with our same starting position, hitting our lever down to our scissor up. Now, how this is going to work is the front leg is going to be your power leg, so that's why you have to have a little bit of a bend in it. Like I said, that coil is charged up, ready to kick up into your handstand. When you kick up into your handstand, all we're going to work on is the landing. So I don't want you kicking up too hard where you're going all the way over and back flopping. We're just going to do a little kick just to start and then progressively start kicking up higher and higher. So, same starting position, hands are going to be up, hitting your lever position, but I'm just going to work my scissor up. So I'm going to go down, boom, and then come back up. Okay, very important that I land in the same foot that I push off of. What I like to do is I like to find like a spot that you can put your foot, and your goal is to kick up, scissor up, and land on that same spot, having that type of body control here. So front foot on the spot here, it doesn't move, don't step back. I see a lot of people step back or taking a step before they go. You go right into your lever. Head goes down, leg goes up, scissor up, and then come up. Once you feel good with that, you can start kicking up a little bit more, but trying to kick all the way over, right? So, same thing. And I land in that same position I started in. That's called our scissor up. Get some good reps on that. All right, so now we're gonna get into what you guys have all been waiting for, the mighty handstand. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple of details that's super important to keep in mind when you're going all the way upside down into your handstand. Now, we're gonna go from our fingers all the way down to our toes. So your fingers should be wide, like you're gripping a basketball. I thought it was kind of funny, but like you're gripping a basketball, like on the mat. So your fingers are wide and you're gripping, like you have Spider-Man fingers, okay? Your arms are straight and strong. I'm pushing through my shoulders, like we've been talking about, blocking your shoulders, covering your ears, pushing all the way through. Your head is neutral. You want to keep a straight spine. I don't want to break my posture by looking up too much or looking down too much. Okay, I want to keep a straight spine. For me, I look at the ground, but I try my best to keep a neutiral head. That's been one of my biggest things I've been working on as of recently, because I developed a handstand with not the best techniques, so I'm trying to kind of re-teach myself how to do it correctly. So neutral head, super important. Your stomach should be tight, super tight, like you're flexing your whole core, all your abs. You want to feel it engaged. Your legs are going to be together and tight. If what I do a lot when I'm spotting people is I'll try to pull their legs apart. If you can pull their legs apart, then you know they weren't flexing and they're not keeping their legs straight and strong. So it's important that you keep those legs flexed, you keep them together. Your toes are going to be pointed. You want to try to kind of make yourself as tall as you can reaching with those toes. Like if I'm inside and I'm doing a handstand, I always think I'm trying to reach for the ceiling. I'm trying to make myself an inch taller. So all these details are gonna really help you excel in your handstand. Don't try to focus on all at once. If you're new to handstands, focus on one detail that you can start with. Once you get that down and once you have disciplined yourself enough to build that habit, you don't have to think about it anymore. Then focus on another detail. Build that habit up, then focus on another detail, right? So you're gonna discipline yourself to do it where you don't even have to think about it. Then you can start working on another one. If you try to focus on all at once, too much information, too much stuff that you're thinking of in your head, and it's gonna be really hard. So just focus on one thing. What I really like to do is do it on a wall. Now what the wall does, it's gonna help spot you, so you don't have to really focus too much on balance, and you can really develop some more shoulders and arm muscles here when you're upside down in your handstand. And I'll focus on a lot of those same details when I'm upside down. So, same thing, I put my hands fairly close to the wall, I'm gonna kick up, and I'm going to push soft. Push through my shoulders, point my toes, make sure everything's flexed and strong, and then I can come back down. And that is a great way to really focus on those details without having to worry so much about balance. You can use it on a wall. If you have a heavy bag, find a heavy bag. Maybe if you have someone who can spot you, who's a little bit older or bigger, and they're able to spot you, then they can spot you in your handstand. They can help you cover, make sure you're doing those details. So those are all great ways that you can really focus on all these details to really help enhance your handstand here. So once you've really drilled and repped out all these things that I'm sharing with you guys, and you feel good, you feel strong, then it is time for you to kick all the way up into your handstand unspotted. Okay, so remember, hit all those things that we talked about, and yeah, just practice, practice, practice. Really is gonna really make it so you can get this handstand down to the level that you want it at. Okay, so boom. And that, my friends, is a handstand. Okay, so now we're gonna cover some more advanced drills when you get your handstand down that are gonna even help enhance your handstand that much more. Remember, it's all about just making a little bit of improvement every day, so don't expect anything to happen overnight. Take a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, do these different techniques, do the different drills that I shared with you, and I guarantee you all you guys will improve tremendously on your handstand. But last but not least, I'm gonna leave you guys with some advanced handstand techniques. So, first one is it's going to be just some body control. So we're going to work that scissor up, but when you're upside down in your handstand, you're going to see how many times you can scissor your legs, right? So hands are going to be up. Same thing. Good, go. And that is going to be the scissor up. Then we're going to do what we call our straddle up. So a straddle, from there, is where your legs go apart, almost like a split, like a straddle split, and then come back together. Another drill just help you with your body control and really help with your handstand. Okay, so I'm going to do this one facing towards you guys. So, same position, lever to your scissor up. For this one, we're going to go to straddle. So, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. And that's going to be your straddle position. So practice those, get some good quality. I almost forgot one thing. It's important that you do handstand walking too. See how far you can walk, take a couple steps. You want to be able to go both ways. So you want to be able to go where you can go forward and also backwards. When you're doing your handstand walking forward here, you want to make sure your feet are slightly in front of you the direction you're going. Okay, so for instance, if I want to do my handstand walk forward, I would kick up to my handstand. My feet would be a little bit in front of me here, so I can walk. If I want to walk backwards, I got to adjust my weight. So my weight isn't going to go behind me, so I can walk backwards, like so. So handstand walking is one last thing. My very last thing is another important skill. Get these skills down. Have some fun with it is the biggest thing. You know, find someone else that wants to learn handstands or trying to enhance their handstands, and do little challenges where you see who can hold their handstand longer. Maybe do some bets, like, I don't know, whatever you want to bet, whoever holds their handstand the longest. We do a fun game called Zap, where we get a bunch of people around in a circle, and they kick up in a handstand, and last person that is in their handstand gets to get 2 people out. So just finding different fun ways to practice your handstand, disguise the repetition, because like I said earlier, it's all about practice. Get those reps in, get out there, get to work, get that handstand down.